Mendel and his pea plants.
George Mendel was a Czechoslovakian man who studied in a monastery for all kinds of things. Some of the vocabulary to help us with this lesson today is model system, which is an organism that makes it easy for a researcher to investigate a particular scientific question. Some of the questions involved in this lesson are dominant trait, which is the visible form of a plant after crossing, and recessive trait, which is the hidden form of the plant after crossing. Something else that Mendel studied was the independent inheritance, which is one feature did not influence the inheritance of other features. Self-fertilization is when plants are able to pollinate themselves, and pure breeding, which is always producing offspring identical to the parents.
In some of Mendel's studies, he would take tall pea plants and have them pollinate with short pea plants. This was the pea generation. He found that the offspring, the F1 generation, produced all tall plants.
Next, Mendel took the offspring from the F1 generation and allowed them to self-fertilize, and saw that the offspring that they got, even though the parents were all tall, they saw that the offspring gave 3 tall plants and 1 short plant. This was called the F2 generation.
Gregor did many different things with other genetics involving the color of flowers on the pea plants. He would take pollen from different colored flowers to find the result.
Some things that Mendel found was that traits are inherited directly from the mother and father. Originally, scientists thought that if you took a tall plant and crossed it with a short plant, you would get an average of the two and get a medium plant. But Mendel found that actually the offspring receives a trait from both the mother and the father, and it does not come out as an average. It comes out as one or the other based on the dominant or recessive traits that we talked about earlier. The reason that his studies were important is that it led to the discovery of chromosomes and alleles from parents being passed to offspring. And this allows us to predict the outcomes of genetic crosses, which has led to many scientific innovations that has helped our everyday lives.
And that's why they call him the father of genetics.